Hi everyone, it's Jay from Mitosu Crafts. Thank you for joining me today and welcome to our channel. Today I'm hopping along with the Global Stampin' Video Hop with the theme of One Sheet Wonder. I'll be demonstrating the Flip It and Reverse It One Sheet Wonder to create 9 projects from 12 by 12 Designer Series paper. So I'll be using the Snowflake Splendor DSP, Snowflake Wishes stamp set, and the coordinating so many snowflakes dies, which comes as a bundle currently. You'll also need, of course, some Whisper White C6 envelopes. And for the 9th project, you can use the C6 acetate card boxes or create another card with the elements. So you can either create 8 cards plus decorate the box or 9 stepped up cards. We're going to start off with a piece of 12 by 12 DSP. So choose something that's got a double-sided design. One is kind of like a block design and the other one is more decorative, and something that will work well together when it's flipped over. So we're going to start off with cutting this at 6 inches, so in half. So if you just with a paper trimmer, just line it up against the guard and you'll be able to cut that at 6 inches. So you can use 2 different DSP design because we're gonna double it up and then continue cutting for our one sheet wonder. So next up, so align it on the long edge. We're just gonna cut this at 3 inches. Put that aside, and at 4 inches. There we go. So we'll put this aside and we'll work on the 3. So we'll work on the 6 by 3. Again, double it up and cut at 3 inches again. Save 3 of them to one side, and this one will cut at 1.5. So again, just in half of that. There we go. So next one is the 6 by 4 inches. We're gonna cut that at 1 inch, so it's easier on the right hand side. We'll cut it at 1, and then another one at 1 inch. And then another cut at 2 inches. So save those. And for the last piece, we're going to turn it 90 degrees and cut that again in half. So you should have 4 pieces of the square, 2 pieces of the thick strip, and then 4 pieces of the thin strips. For the last piece, so this is 6 by 5. So on the long edge, so on the 6 inch edge, we're gonna cut that at 3/4 of an inch. Just make sure it's lined up properly again. So 3/4 of an inch. Another at 3/4 of an inch. And then I'm gonna flip it just so it matches, but it doesn't matter, at 1.5. And then finally, for this piece, which now measures 5 by 3, we're gonna cut that at, on the long edge, at 1 inch, and then at 1.5. There we go. We're gonna create 8 cards in total, 2 of each design, and the last one would either be for another card or, as mentioned, for the acetate box. So for matte and layering, I've decided to use Coastal Cabana. So use the designer series paper colors to decide which layers you will go for. So I've used about 3 A4 sheet of Coastal Cabana, and you'll need 2 of 5/1/8 by 2/1/8. I've also labeled them for which card they are. 2 of 3/1/8 square, so 3/1/8 by 3/1/8 of an inch. 2 of the 3/7/8 by 4/1/8 of an inch, so 2 of those. And then for card 2, layer 3, 2/1/8 by 4/1/8. And then this one is 5/1/8 by 3/1/8 of an inch. So you can see most of it is got the 8th of it, 8th of an inch even. So for card 3, layer 3 is 5/1/8 of an inch by 1/5/8 of an inch. And then for card 4, you will need 5/1/8 by 3/1/8 of an inch and 3/1/8 by 1/5/8 of an inch. Yeah. And for the last piece, this one is either for the box or the last card is 5/1/8 by 3/1/8 and 3/1/8 of an inch square. So in total, you actually need 5 of the 3/1/8 of an inch by 5/1/8 of an inch and 3 of the 3/1/8 square. So I've labeled it up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you which pieces go where. So for card 1, which we have the square, so if you lay it out, and these 2. Okay, so for the card 1, where's my... So for this piece, we're actually gonna use those squares. So there we go. And I've named it Flip It and Reverse It because for the square piece, the 3x3 DSP, you're gonna flip it and put it on top as the topper. Okay, so again with the square, you have that there. So that's card design 1 done. For card 2, we have the 3/7/8 by 4/1/8, and this one is the 4/1/8 by 2/1/8. So we're gonna use this strip from the 4 inches, 4/1/8, no 4 inches. There we go. Nope, here we go. So that's gonna go there. We're gonna flip it like that. And then this one is gonna go there. So that's 2 done. Depending on where you're stamping your sentiment, you can also obviously use the DSP side that makes more sense to stamp on or add another layer, but that's for card 2. For card 3, we have the 5/1/8 by 3/1/8 and 5/1/8 by, what's that one? 1/5/8. So this one, we have the long piece. We're gonna use this one. So yes, so that's gonna go there, there, and then that's gonna go there. I will put up an image, the whole piece of a 12 by 12 on our blog with the measurements as well, so it hopefully it'll make more sense. So for card 4, we're gonna use the last piece that we done. So this one goes there, this one goes, we'll flip it and reverse it, and this one goes there. So that's gonna be like so. And for the last piece, you have that one, which you can use the last 2 pieces and then the last square piece on there. So you do have kind of like space to play with. And for the box, I believe the US and the Canadian one has got a different size box, but it should cover most of the acetate box or your normal card base. It should still fit within the metric and the imperial letter size card bases. So you can choose, but if you are going to use the acetate box, I'll say that to keep your cards flat, but if you're going to make 9 cards, you can step it up and add height using mini dimensionals. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I've actually cut another piece of these so I can show you the card and then the box as well. So I have Whisper White thick card base. So use your normal card base, fold it in half, and use burnish the fold with a bone folder. And we're just gonna glue all of these down. So as mentioned earlier, you can use a sentiment from the set. So I'm gonna use, depending on what the design is, I'm gonna use May Your Season Sparkle on the square pieces. And then Snowflake Wishes for a Merry Christmas for the long pieces. And I'm gonna stamp that in Night of Navy. So I'll do that first. But because I don't want it to, I want it to stand out more, so I'm actually gonna flip this one and use this side to stamp on. So I'm gonna stamp that on. And then do the same for the next card. Just make sure that you either have the pierce mat underneath if you find that you have problem stamping, but I think I'm fine. So I'm just gonna keep it simple with the layers. So for card 2, I'm gonna stamp the long one and I'm gonna have it this way. So Night of Navy. Of course, you can choose where you want. You can either put it in the center, but I think it's just easier to have it in the corner, just so you're not trying to find the center point. Here we go. That's for card 2. For card 3, I'm gonna use the same sentiment. And I'm gonna go this way. And then for card 4, which is this one and this one. May your season sparkle. So this one would probably be easy in the middle, he says. Oh, it's fine. There we go. And then this one. There we go. So before I do the rest of the stamping, I'm gonna stick all of the elements on the layers, and I'm gonna fast forward the video so you don't have to see me just sticking this down. We are independent Stampin' Up demonstrators based in the UK, so if you live in the UK, France, Germany, Austria, or the Netherlands, you'll be able to purchase current Stampin' Up products from our online shop. Do use the current host code found on our website, mitoscrafts.com, to get an extra thank you handmade card or gift from us. Product links can be found in the description below, as well as the next video in the Global Stampin' Video Hub. There we go. So all of the layers have been stuck down. We're gonna start making up our cards. So I'm gonna use Pool Party ink. And on the card base, we can stamp this. So what you could do is you can layer it and see where you're gonna have your design and then just do some random stamping. I'm probably gonna keep it the same for most of them. So I'm just gonna stamp in the corner, on the side, and then on the bottom. And then that will have at least some interest in the background, like so. And pretty much the last one, if you're making the card, is the same as the other one. And then that will be on top. So to make up the cards, as mentioned, you can keep it flat. So just use multi-purpose liquid glue and keep it down flat to be able to fit in the box. You can decorate it with the adhesive backed snowflakes so it's nice and flat. But if you are gonna make 9 cards and give more lift with the mini stamping dimensionals, you can use the blue adhesive back gems to decorate. So I'm gonna just do one of each design, and I'm actually gonna add mini dimensionals on it just to give it a bit more interest. So if you're making the acetate box, don't forget your envelopes. Yeah, so 4 cards with dimensionals will fit in there. So you can make another 4 if you want another box. But for this one, we're just gonna decorate the middle piece. So with this one, you can use glue dots. So just add a couple on the top and at the bottom. Place that on. And then add your ribbon in the middle. And then you can stick that there. Add it on. And then tie our ribbon, a bow even. If you find that it's loose, you could always add a mini glue dot as well in between to keep it in place. But because it's anchored in there, it should be fine, he says. Let's see. Here we go. So these are the 4 layouts for the flip it and reverse it one sheet wonder. So you'll be able to make 2 of each design, an extra one for another card, or decorate an acetate box and give it as a gift. Hopefully you enjoyed this and try it for yourself and use more of your pattern paper in your crafting. Do check out the description below for the next video in the Global Stamping Video Hub, as well as the product links from our online shop. Thanks again for joining me today. Until next time, bye!